Hello, and welcome to the Everyday Joy podcast. I'm your host, Joy Ravella. Now, you may not know this, but we have an entire Facebook group dedicated to extended conversations around the episodes. So, for example, if today's episode really resonates with you, jump on over to the Facebook group. You can post something yourself, or you can be part of another conversation that's already happening there. It's a safe space for you to connect with other like-minded people, and it's super easy to join. All you have to do is head to the link in the description below, answer 2 questions, and that's it. You'll be entered in. I really hope you can make the most of this incredible community. Right now, though, let's get into today's Bible verse.
Whenever we can, we should always be kind to everyone. That's from Galatians chapter 6, verse 10, the TLB version.
I've got Jen here in studio with me. Jen, I remember back when you first were on this podcast, you introduced yourself as an ABC. And it's been such a long time since we've talked about that. But so many new listeners are tuning in now. So what's an ABC? And maybe you could just give a quick intro to yourself.
To me, okay. Yeah. Well, an ABC is an Australian-born Chinese. So I was born in Australia. I was raised and bred here all my life. My parents are from China. Myself, I'm an accountant. I'm a mother to a toddler. And I love clothes. I love eating. I love discovering new food.
Yes, absolutely. You know, if you want to know all the best places to head to, Jen is on the Facebook group, so you can connect with her via there. The link to that is in the description below. But today we're talking about Galatians 6:10. It's all about kindness. I think my first impression for this one is that we always have opportunities to be kind.
Yes.
We always have them. And I think we've got to be switched on to the possibility that opportunities to be kind are everywhere.
Yeah.
I think when we box kindness into, right, kindness only looks like a financial type of kindness, or kindness only looks like writing a card and putting a gift on someone's desk. Kindness is paying attention.
Yeah.
Kindness is really listening when someone's telling you about their day. Kindness is popping by their space maybe a week later and saying, hey, remember that conversation we had? How's that going? That's kindness. That's showing concern. That's such a powerful thing.
Yeah.
So that's my first impression.
Yeah.
What about you, Jen?
I feel like this is a very good reminder for us. So it's telling me to be kind to everyone, but also I see it to be kind to myself. I think that we also leave ourselves behind, and we do think of others, which is great. But I think kindness all around, even yourself, your family, your friends, those that you didn't think that would be in a hard place.
Yeah, that's so good. And it reminds me of this other verse, I think, where Jesus says, love others as you love yourself. And it's interesting because in that verse, it's a given that you love yourself. Like that whole loving others is built on the premise that you already know how to love yourself. So the way you love yourself, love others.
Yes.
And often when we don't do that first part, it's so hard to do the other part in a sustainable way. You can do it for a little while, but you burn yourself out.
That.
So has there been a time in your life where this verse has come to life?
It really has. And I'm so incredibly grateful for all the kind people in my life. And you don't remember every single kind item in your life, but this one particular time was a really hard time. So we were given 3 months notice to move out of our rental place. That date to move out was on Christmas Day.
No,
Yeah.
they did not.
They did. And to put on top of that, Chelsea was going to be 4 months old by that time. So
she was a month old when you found out that you needed to move out in 3 months' time on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day. And we were right in the middle of getting our home loan together. And so we were like, what's going on? God, why? Well, I don't understand. Like, I had just gotten the hang of being a mum. Like, I finally was I was able to survive no sleeping. I was able to survive, breastfeeding, the whole lot of being a mother and getting into a proper routine. And then to be told, Jen, let's go pack up our stuff. Let's go find a new place. It was so incredibly hard. Now,
And I just can't get over the Christmas Day part.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cruel.
It is.
I just have to say that. That's really not nice.
No. And it was Chelsea's first Christmas. I know she wouldn't remember it, but I would remember it.
As a mum, yeah, you have hopes and dreams for the first Christmas with your first child that you've been praying for. And please go back and listen to Jen's story around her IVF journey as well. So this was the miracle baby. This is the miracle time of year, and everything's come crashing down.
Pretty much. But like I said, I'm so grateful for my family and my friends around me who literally, when they found out, they called me every day. They'll message me every day. They even offered me their house to stay in with them so they can help me care for Chelsea and also move and find a new place. Like, I don't know where this kindness came from, and I'm so incredibly grateful that in my hardest time, they were there offering me their space, their safe place at home. Because at home is where, your legs are up. You're like, I'm just going to relax. I'm just going to make food. I'm just going to drink. That's where your safe place is.
Yeah.
For them to offer it to my family was the biggest blessing. Is that I'm like, wow, I'm so incredibly blessed by God.
So I've got a couple of questions. The first thing is, did you take up any of the offers, or you did?
Oh, well, I took up my mum's offer.
Okay, great.
So my mum was there, and she was definitely one of those who was like, Jen, you have to move back home.
Yeah. So good. And I think my other question is, when people reached out to you saying, hey, like, would love to help you out, did they say generic things like, hey, let me know if you need help? Or were they coming to you with specific solutions?
It was the actual solutions. It wasn't a generic question. So it was, Jen, I'm going to help you move the boxes. I've had friends who came in and knocked on a door. I'm like, oh, what are you doing here? They're like, I'm going to help you pack up now. You go and do your thing with Chelsea. I'm going to help you pack.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you sleep. I'm going to do your kitchen. I'll leave the most crucial things. They were just always there.
So if someone, let's say everyone who reached out to you with specific solutions, let's say we go back in time and they just sent a generic thing saying, hey, same intention, but the words are different. And they said, hey, would love to help you out. Let me know what I can do. Or if they said something like praying for you, letting you know I'm here for you, all those words which are lovely and nice. Do you think that would have had the same impact if they said those words instead of the more specific solutions?
I don't believe so. For me, because I was in such a newborn bubble, I was a new mum I was in shock pretty much. Yeah. And I don't think I would have gone, I want you to do this for me. I want you to do this. I couldn't even manage that. So if they had come back with something generic, I'd probably be like, thank you, but no thank you. Yeah,
because you don't actually have the capacity to think of what they can do for you. You're already just trying to think about yourself and how to get through the day. And it's an extra mental load, I think. And I've never said this before, but I actually do struggle with this.
Yeah.
But I went through a rather difficult time, and I had sort of two groups of people.
Yep.
People who I really thought I could lean on, and they were doing all the generic messages of love. Now, I understand that it comes from a good place, but the people who stepped forward and who said, hey, are you free Friday or Thursday night? I would love to drop over an Indian meal. Let me know what times work for you and what dietary requirements you have. You don't even have to open the door. Just send me your address. And so all I had to do was tell them, okay, Thursday, no dietary requirements, and this is my address. And that was so good for me, because all I had to do was just say yes, and they had done all the other work, rather than them saying, hey, what can I do for you? Because I'm not going to say, hey, well, can you make some food for me? Yeah. And can you drop it off, please? And also not have too much dairy in there, please. Like, I'm not going to say that. And I think we as Christians, when we live out this verse, we've got this beautiful ability to provide specific solutions, because every issue and every problem that we face is specific to the problem and the scenario. Yeah. When we pray specific prayers.
Correct.
So I think when we offer to help someone, we should offer specific things.
Yes.
And I think it also it's a great kindness, because you're not expecting that person to also, in the middle of all of their stuff, also come up with what you should do for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll get off my soapbox.
I love that. And it's a beautiful conclusion of what kindness really is. We're not expecting anything back. It's just giving it to someone else who really truly needs it in that time. So I want to set up a challenge for our listeners today.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. I would love you to be kind to someone, and it doesn't have to be huge like in our situation. You can actually go out, give a smile to someone, or pay it forward in like a cafe of a coffee for someone else who we don't know what everyone's going through. So let's just be kind to everyone.
Well, here we are at the end of today's episode. What a conversation. Oh my gosh. And hey, if you've really enjoyed today's guest, chances are they've been on the podcast before and they've talked about similar things. So go back through the catalogue, have a quick listen, and you can find that person or that story or that topic that really resonates with you. I'd also encourage you to share this episode with those in your world who might also really find today's episode helpful. Let's spread the joy, let's spread the light, and sending a simple link to a podcast episode, gosh, in the same way it's maybe changed something in your life, it could create massive ripples of change in their life too. So don't hesitate. If you love the podcast, share it, because that's what it's all about, right? Sharing the love. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to catching up again next time.